Hopefully. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Mama's Cocktail Hour. It's your girl, Zeta Lisa. We were having some technical difficulties, but we are back now. Welcome to Mama's Cocktail Hour. Again, I'm Zeta Lisa.
I'm Elise Nicole.
And we have a special guest, Jomayra. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for having me on. My name is Jomayra. I've been invited by these beautiful women over here that have, just approached me following my journey. And I am excited to share with you all my story, the things I've been through as a Latina mom, as a single mom, living in New York, and everything that goes on, right? I'm
Oh my
so
God.
excited to share that because we all know what we'll go through, but the struggles are what takes us to from one level to the other. So I'm excited to share it with you all.
Well, thank you for coming on. Like I said to you guys, she is a entrepreneur. She's a Latina. She's a mom. She's bomb ass, and you already know she's from New York. So we had to bring her on Mama's Cocktail Hour. Okay, Jomayra, what are you drinking? Do you have agua? What's up? Let us
Agua, mi
know.
amor, because it's hot over here.
Are you in DR?
I am in the DR right now. I'm in Punta Cana.
Ooh. Well, we're
Yes,
gonna jump all into that because I know that was a
yes,
major journey that kind of happens in your life. So,
yes.
but without further ado, we are gonna play a game. Let's break the ice.
Okay.
All right, so Jomayra, the game is name 3 items that are either they can be whatever items that you want, 3 items that are on your bed, like in your bedroom drawer right now. So who wants to go first?
Oh my God, I gotta think.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Go
right.
first. I gotta think.
All right, here we go. So the first item that is in my bedroom drawer is massage oil. It's a necessity. You definitely need to have the massage oil just in case you want to start any of the foreplay. It's a nice foreplay item to have. So there's the massage oil. There is the handcuffs. In
Whoa.
case you want to do something strange.
Woo-hoo.
And the third item is coconut oil for all different types of reasons.
Okay.
All right.
Do you still need a few minutes? Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Let's go, Elise. What you got?
All right. So I have I too now have chapstick in my side drawer. Thanks
Okay.
to Zeta's recommendation. I have reading material. And I have an array of rags to clean up.
That's you're thinking
I'm
beforehand. That's
proactive,
very...
I'm trying to make sure that things are okay.
Look at Jomayra's face. She's like, what show did I get on?
She's like, can I back out now?
Oh my God.
All right,
This is
Jomayra,
funny.
we gotta know. I know everybody wants to know, especially because you on these Instagram streets with your hot, amazing body. What 3 items do you have in your bedroom drawer?
Well, I have a chapstick.
Okay.
I always like to moist my lips before bed. You have to have moist lips, okay? Especially after you brush your teeth. I like to have moist lips, okay? And I have wipes, baby wipes, because
Okay. You
sometimes
see,
you
that's a very
Multi-purpose.
good item. I like the baby
Yes.
wipes.
sometimes you need them, sometimes you need them. And I also have a little toy because I'm single and you gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to do what you got to do.
Jomayra, you are single. I know that's gonna tap into all our men viewers that you are single. So guys, make sure that you come correct to Jomayra,
Oh,
okay?
yeah, correct.
There
All
you
right,
go.
so I've had the pleasure of following you for a really long time. Anybody who does not know Jomayra, she comes across in her content as sincere, real, And just authentic. And that's what Mama's Cocktail Hour is all about. Is like we real women doing real things. We have real bodies. And I love how your brand kind of embodies women empowerment. You are able to come across in the screen not as like, yo, I'm all that, but like, yo, this is my body, this is who I am. Some of your content, I love that even incorporates negative comments from people that say things about your body, and you hit them back with something positive, like, yo, I'm just so happy for my growth from where I was a long time ago. And for me, that's what made me follow you. I think that you took something so negative and you made it positive. And we know as women on these Instagram streets, people could be brutal. You could post your body. You'll have a whole bunch of people giving you unsolicited advice about what you're doing and who you are. But what makes you so dope is that you true to yourself and you true to your brand.
Thank
so
you.
Who is Jomayra for everybody who doesn't know?
Well, it's exactly, what you were saying. Thank you so much for those beautiful words. I really just am trying to be myself. Like I lived behind my own shadow for a very long time because I didn't have any confidence. I grew up in a very nice family, but never had words of affirmation from my parents and from my family. So when you lack words of affirmation of people telling you you're valuable, you are amazing, you're this, you're beautiful, you start you put yourself behind and you start looking at other people and comparing yourselves. And I had a weight problem. My weight, I was overweight since I was a child. So that was a huge factor that determined my level of confidence was not there. And so, I grew up trying to mask the situation. Okay. I was confident with my mouth and, trying to be cool and trying to be friends with everybody. But deep down, when it was just me in front of the mirror, clothes came off, I was not happy and I was not truly confident. And, we go around saying confidence is this. I'm so confident. I'm so confident. But are you really? Like, do you really have the confidence to take a picture, a full body picture, and just like the chichos are out? Okay, the chichos are out.
Or the sun is out, and the buns is out. I've seen a lot of thongs. And a lot of times, like I just recently myself started showing my body. So I completely understand what you're saying.
Yes.
There's levels to confidence.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. There's levels. And I always had struggles with that. So, my personality is I am very friendly. I love everybody. I'm a very accepting. But I also am a very strong female. Like I'm an alpha, if you want to call it like I really
we know those.
I really have like this, and I've always I wanted things. Like I wanted things. I wanted to have success. I wanted to progress. I wanted to feel successful, but I didn't know what that looked like. When you're growing up and you go about life, they teach you things. They tell you, you got to go to school. You got to have a master's degree. You got to do this. You got to do that. And you start comparing yourself to other people who are successful, right?
Yes.
You think that they're successful, but deep down, they're really unhappy as well.
Yeah.
So I think that to describe who am I today, I'm just somebody who I am not going to sacrifice my happiness over anything. Over anything. Like if it doesn't bring me peace, happiness, and laughter, it's not allowed in my life. I don't care
love that.
what that is. I don't care who that is. It's not allowed in my space.
I so agree. And I love that you say that, because I feel like when you start to get into a certain level in your life, you need to start, not every relationship is meant to be a relationship that you keep for a long time. So there might be relationships that you may need to end, right? There might be things, that you may need, doors that you may need to close when you start kind of focusing on yourself. And then you start to realize that certain relationships are not good. What do you think was an event in your life that finally catapulted everything and says, you know what, now it's time to focus on me my wellness and myself. What was that event?
Well, this has been, I think it's been a progress of a collection of events. It wasn't just one event. I think it was just like a series of situations that, I got into when I became a mom. I became a mom at 26. Not I wasn't even looking to get pregnant. God just blessed me. I never had like that motherly maternity. I want to be a mom, but if it came, I was like, okay, I'm a mom and I love my child. And I was very much about me before, because I've always thought that I'm the only one responsible to get me where I want to be.
Yep.
I've always thought that, like, I don't need anybody. There's no way that someone's gonna take me where I want to take me. It depends on me. So when I became a mom, I had, moms, what do? We put ourselves in the back burner.
All the time, girl.
Yeah.
We forget that we have aspirations, that we have goals, that we want to have 5 minutes sitting on the sofa, just relaxing. Like, we do that to ourselves. And it's just like, so you don't even notice it. And that happened to me. I just went on full mom mode for, I don't know, 8 years, up until during those 8 years, I was, trying to become successful. I have a background in teaching, which I did for a long time before becoming a mom. Then I decided I don't want to do that career. I love teaching. I just didn't like the fact that it was always you were always working and the pay was bad. And so then I started getting jobs here and there. I started working at a call center. And from there, because I've always had the vision and the desire to grow. So when I start a position, I'm not, my mind is not in that position. My mind is like, I'm going up from there.
Right.
So, starting because of that mindset, I started growing in that job that I had. And because of that, I started to look for opportunities. I switched jobs a couple of times. I moved around in New York. I lived in the Bronx. I lived in Queens. I lived in Brooklyn.
Oh, she sounds like me.
Girl, all boroughs.
I know, all the
whole
boroughs.
boroughs, okay? And, that makes me, that there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
Because what I was looking for was progress. I was looking for progress. I was looking for happiness. I was looking for that thing that would make me successful. And it was not moving around. It was not changing jobs. It was me. And I needed to learn how to put myself first. And I needed to learn how the work that I needed to put in to put myself first. Because I think that's when it clicks. When you understand that it's going to take some work, it's going to take some sacrifices, it's going to take some changes for you to be able to learn how to take care of yourself, how to, in my case, I was overweight. I wanted to lose weight. I remember when I turned 32 or so. I'm 39, by the way.
You look amazing.
Thank you. I'm 39. When I turned 32, I wanted to wear this dress and I wanted to have this party, but then the dress, when I put it on, I just didn't like the way I felt. I didn't like the way it looked. So I went online, started buying like these fajas, and then I bought the faja and I put it on and I was so uncomfortable.
Oh, it was God, the faja is
the most uncomfortable thing in the world. I couldn't even move.
Yo, we joke about how when we throw fajas on, we get so mad because they're so tight and uncomfortable.
I don't know how people do that. I don't know how people do that because it was just like draining me. It was hot.
Yeah.
I was like, no, there's no way that I can go on with this uncomfortableness for the rest of my life. There has to be something that I could do about it. Right. And so I started, just thinking about that because that's how it starts. That's how it starts. It starts here. And and it goes around and around in your head and around and around and around. And you're just like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want, until something happens to you or you make the decision. In my case, something happened. And that was I worked for this health insurance company that I hated. I hated the 9 to 5 work. Oh my
the
God.
9 to 5.
The 9 to 5 world was so horrible for me. But I was there because I didn't have any other way of making income. So that was it is what it is. You
Right.
adopt that.
You gotta
You do what you have to do.
Exactly. You do what you gotta do. And we learn to be uncomfortable. We learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yes.
Right.
Girl,
And we get
preach.
so comfortable
Yep.
in the comfortableness that we just kind of like ignore it. And we go on for years like that.
Do you feel like the comfortable, right? Because I can attest to that. I think as moms, as wives, or people in just kind of taking on roles, we forget about ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
And it takes, like you said, something happening that kind of catapults you to be like, no, I need to focus on myself. I need to focus on my inner. For you, it was just, you feel like it was, you knew from jump you were destined for something greater.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I knew it. I just knew. I knew I was not, that was not it. And that was like, I feel like thinking back now, thinking years back and examining and studying everything that I've done and everything that I've been through, it was just me trying to fulfill that calling of me knowing that I was supposed to be doing something greater,
Right.
something better, something bigger, impacting people, impacting myself, right? And to go back to what happened, um, when one day I walk into work, right, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna lay you off." So it's like, wow, really? After a whole year of me
Wow.
coming here, being the first one here, leaving, being the last one to leave, doing everything you guys wanted me to, doing things that weren't even my job description. I was doing my job to the best of my abilities because if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Remember, my mind was always trying to move up. So every job that I've had, I've done my work with excellence just so that they could notice me for
Right.
my work,
Yeah.
right? And they just don't care. These jobs, when you're an employee, and this is something that I learned after that situation. When you're an employee, you don't own a paycheck. That paycheck can be
No,
taken away from you at any given time.
that's a
God,
perfect way to put it.
That is
God,
such a great way to put it.
Yep.
it's not yours. So I always, now that happened to me, I always preach about this, and I always try to encourage people, have a plan B. You can't put all your eggs in one basket and rely on this one paycheck, this one job. If anything that we learned through the pandemic was that we
Yes.
don't
Yep.
know when things can change. We
At,
don't
at
know
any
It's
given
true.
time. It's so true.
any given time. In my case, I lost my job. They did a massive layoff. That was way before the pandemic. But I know that during the pandemic, a lot of people also went through that situation. A lot
Yeah,
of people.
Yeah.
So, you know,
for
there's
sure.
there's so many businesses that we can have. Like, you have a talent, you have a gift, and you can make money with that. You can
Mm.
impact people, you can help other people, you can follow your passion. There's something that you like that you can
Right.
use as a business. And I did not know that because all I knew was what they teach us: go to
Yeah.
school, go to work, go to school, go to work, be a
And
mom.
never follow. I feel like we were never taught how to follow our own passions and
No.
No.
or how to develop, because there's a lot of self-development that needs to happen, because you
Oh
need
yeah.
to, I preach about this in the podcast all the time. You have to fully know who you are before you
Yes.
can start following your passions, because you're
Yes.
not going to know what your passions are if you're not comfortable with yourself.
Yes.
So
Right.
Absolutely.
I so agree with what you're saying, because there has to be, you said that you were thinking, right? So in your mind, you already knew, like, I'm destined for more than just this. I'm destined for more than just kind of going to work every day, being a great employee, pouring yourself into something, and
Yes.
then you not having anything at the end if they decide to be like, yo, it's a wrap,
Yeah.
right? So, Jomayra, for you, you kind of embarked on something that a lot of people do not understand. And I feel like Mama's Cocktail Hour is all about women empowering and helping not just women, but just men, anybody in general, kind of get a deeper view into what you see, right? Because Instagram is all a facade, right? I feel like to some extent.
Yes.
But you find people who are really true and really authentic, like I feel like with you and your content. Herbalife. When did you find Herbalife and how did that kind of start to change things for you?
Okay. Well, this story is that Herbalife really just changed my life. And I wasn't even aware what Herbalife was. I had no idea. I never heard about it, never knew. My sister, my older sister was using the product. So Herbalife is a nutrition company. For those of you who have never heard about it or don't know, Herbalife is a nutrition company, focuses on helping people with nutrition. So I never knew about it. She was using the products and she was telling me, "Oh, why don't you try it? I know you want to." I had already embarked my fitness journey, by the way, before Herbalife. I had already embarked on my fitness journey. I signed up for the gym. There was a gym at the job that I had. At my last 9 to 5, they had a gym in the same building. So I was really trying to lose weight. I had hit that moment in my life where I said, I'm not going to be overweight anymore. This is it. I'm done. And so I signed up for the gym and I was doing the eating healthy here and there, eating salads here and there, going to the gym here and there, not really, not really
giving it 100%.
Percent.
100. And it's so weird because I am a person that I always give 100, but in that case, it was just that one thing that I couldn't focus on. I couldn't do it.
Do you think, and I have to interject here because us as women, we know this, right? Do you feel like you weren't giving it 100 because it's yourself? A lot of times when we do things for other people, we give it 100 because we want people to know our worth. But when it comes to the things that we love most and are important to us, we'll slack.
Yes, because of that, what you just said right now, because we are so used to pouring onto other people. But when it comes to me, when it comes to us pouring onto ourselves, we kind of like, it's all right. It's not really, it doesn't really matter. Or it's like, you don't really have anybody coming to tell you, what have you done for yourself today?
Right.
So so when I started the gym, I was really struggling. Like I was really struggling to lose weight. And so I saw my sister, she dropped crazy weight with the product. She lost 80 pounds.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And
that's
she
a
was
whole new person.
Yes. And, I kept on saying, no, that's not for me. I don't want to use products. I want to do it the natural way. I mean, I was very against it because I just didn't know what it was. I thought it was just you having shakes all day. And I didn't really understand it. So then she told me, oh, follow these people. So I started following a few people that are also doing what I do back then. And so a whole year went by. And I was really curious about it, but never kind of like said yes to it until one day my sister told me, come on, let's do it. And I was like, okay, cool. And this is the pivot moment of how my life changed, and how when you really are manifesting and asking God and searching and having those thoughts of like, I want more. I want something different. And you're looking and you're putting in the work and you're showing up every single day, things change. That day, my sister told me, all right, I said, here, sign me up. I gave her my card and she went ahead and signed me up. A few days later, I come back home and I see the Herbalife shipping box and I open it and I'm looking for the products. There's no products. There's a distributor kit. And she signed me up to be a distributor without me even knowing.
Wow.
So for people that don't know, so what is a distributor? So basically you can be a distributor or you can be the person, like what's the difference? Like for people who don't understand.
You can become a client and just use the products depending on whatever your goals are. You can use the products to lose weight. You can use the products to maintain a healthy weight, to gain muscle mass. I personally focus on weight loss more than anything else
Right.
because that is my experience and my expertise. I lost 50 pounds in 5 months when I started Herbalife. And, I've made it
Congrats.
thank you.
That's a lot of weight.
Changed
Yeah.
my whole view on nutrition. I don't have to think about what I'm gonna eat for breakfast or lunch or dinner. I usually have a shake for breakfast and dinner, and they're nutritious. They only have 200 calories, low in sugar, with a whole bunch of vitamins and minerals. So that's why it makes it a lot easier because it's simple. It's what we call a fast food for smart people, because it's
Oh,
literally, yeah, it's literally, this is a shaker cup. This is the water. You put the powder in there. You shake it and you drink it, and it fills you up for up to 3 hours, and it's just so nutritious. So that made it a lot easier for me. So
so
yes, you signed me up as a distributor. Oh, you had a question?
no, so I was gonna say, so how did you feel at that moment you receive a distributor box as
Yeah,
opposed to what you
I was
thought was supposed to be
completely,
your supplements to
I
go?
was,
Were
yeah,
you
I was
ready?
completely thrown off. I called her. I was like, "What are you doing? I don't want this. What are you talking about? I don't want to be a distributor." So I said I was completely opposed to it because I said, "I'm not doing that. That's not for me. I can't do that. That's for them." And it was just, how you see other people doing amazing things and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, you're cheering them on and you're so excited for them. But then when you look at yourself, you're like, I could never do that. Like, it's that negative self-talk about yourself, that you don't have that confidence and you don't have that faith in yourself. And that's what happened. I didn't think that I was capable of doing anything else. I was just capable of being an employee. That's what I thought.
We get
That's
stuck in that. So that's so true.
Right.
that's what I thought. And so this is what I was telling you, when you are asking God and when you're asking the universe, whatever you believe in, you're manifesting and you're asking and you're searching, it's gonna come. And so
Mm.
it took that moment of me losing my job, my sister signing me up as a distributor. I was supposed to return that kid. I told her I was gonna return it, and that was in a closet for 3 months. And then 3 months later, that that's when I lost my job. That's
Wow.
when I
Wow.
lost my job. And I was like, okay, wait. I looked at everything on Instagram. I was seeing people living their best life. I was
Right.
seeing people being super happy, seeing people travel, being with their family. And I said, there was one person in particular that is now my coach, um, that she is a Dominican. She is an immigrant as well, lives from New York, barely speaks English, not no education, no high school, no nothing, with came from literally nothing, the bottom. Her husband had been locked up, problems with the jail and with it being in jail. And I was following them and I saw how they were progressing. I saw how they moved from a little apartment in the Bronx to this nice, beautiful waterfront view, completely luxurious apartment. And I said, wait, hold up. If she can do it, why can't I?
Wow.
Right.
Why can't I? And I said, no, wait, I have to do this. I have to do this. And I made a decision as a result of me losing my job and having that opportunity, because it's an opportunity. The business that I do is an opportunity. Okay. It's not something that you decide and you said, I'm gonna open a business and it's gonna flourish. It's an opportunity that you get to accept or you don't. So I said, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to take it on and I'm going to do what I got to do. And I decided full on, just like I've done it before, just the same. I took that same work ethic that I had before, because a lot of us, especially a lot of us women that live in New York City, are so hardworking.
For sure.
We
You
work
have no
hard.
choice.
Definitely the
Exactly.
There's
work
no
ethic.
failure.
We work hard and we show up hard and we're
Yep.
there every single day,
Yes.
giving it our all. But I was giving it my all to make someone else rich. I was giving it my all to grow someone else's business. And then at the end, when they don't need you no more, they're
The
not
wrap.
going to ask
You're
you.
right after that.
They're not going to ask you, do you have bills to pay? they're not gonna ask you how many kids you have. Let me see how I can. No, they're like, bye, because you do not come first. Their business come first.
It's so true.
So what I was gonna say, so what made that shift for you at that point to be like, I have this distributor kit. I know myself, I was working on myself. Not 100%, but now I have no choice to do what I need to do to start making things happen. But what made you decide at that point? Let's take this brand that I barely knew anything about, that I was so scared to even start myself,
Yes.
and say, let me document my journey. Let me make this my go-to.
Yes.
And how did it go from the kit in the box to now you being this crazy Instagram personality,
influencer because
yeah,
you're influencing a whole bunch of women to now, just like how you saw the elevation
yes,
in one of the other distributors, now people are seeing the elevation from you. So like Elise said, what made you, I mean, of course you losing your job, but there also had to be
right.
something from within, right?
Yes.
To take that jump.
It was just,
were you scared at all?
Oh yeah, it was very scary. It was that's why I said no for such a long time, because I was
Yeah.
scared. Like, you put the word Herbalife and everybody's gonna come talk to you about how the products are this, the products are that, the business is this, the business is that. And it's because people don't really understand
it.
Right.
What would you say to those people who say things like that, who really don't know the information? And this is what we're here to do today, to kind of educate, because a lot of times on Instagram, right, people, especially people that don't understand that you have to put in the work, right?
Yes.
So because people are gonna have a million things to say. So what would you say to those people who do say, like, okay, Herbalife can be this or can be that?
Right.
I would say to them, don't be an echo. Stop being an echo of what other people are saying about something that they probably never tried before and heard it from la vecina del tío de la hermana. That
For sure.
Yep.
was using the shakes to lose weight, but then as soon as she finished her shake, she went to have chicharrón. It's like, come on.
Or Big Mac.
Come on. Like, let's not be an echo of that. Let's not.
But that's not keto. Chicharrón is not keto. No.
Chicharrón, I don't know. I mean, I love chicharrón. That's why it just came up to mind. I love chicharrón. So, I would say to him, don't be an echo. Look at the people that are being successful at it. Go look at what they're doing. Go look at how they got there. Look at who they are, how they made it there. Because yes, the problem with this type of business, multi-level marketing, is that there are a lot of people that come and ruin it for us because they do it wrong. It's not the business and it's not the products, it's the people. So, I would say to those people, I would say, listen, get information from the people who are being successful at it. Because success leaves clues. And if they're successful, if they're being successful, it's because of something that they've been doing.
Would that be your go-to business advice?
I like that.
That would be, you got to look up at people that are being successful at what you want to know about or what you want to do. Because something that they do on a daily basis, their routine, their lifestyle, their sacrifices, all of that adds up to their part of their success. Because when you start a business from scratch, scratch, I started this from scratch, brand new distributor. I had to change so many things. I had to learn how to be a businesswoman, because when you're an employee, you show up to work. This is your job. You get your job done and you're done.
Yep.
But when you're your own boss, you don't have someone telling you got to show up to work.
There's nobody else for the accountability. It's just you.
And a lot of people, and and I'm going to say this, anybody who is looking into entrepreneurship, before you look into entrepreneurship, you have to ask yourself, am I a good employee?
Wow. I love that. Okay. And can you expand on that a little bit? Why?
Yes.
because you have to be your own employee when you're your own boss. You have to show up on time. You have to finish your tasks. You have to be disciplined as if you didn't do those things, you would get fired. The
I
only
like
thing is
that.
that you don't get fired by a boss, you get fired by yourself.
I love that.
So
So
what is,
yeah,
is so with that said, as far as the whole Herbalife and 9 to 5, would you ever go back to your 9 to 5?
absolutely not. God forbid. God, I would never say no because you never know what things could
Right.
happen. But as long as I can breathe and I have a mouth, I will figure it out. And I would not be an employee again. No, 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 no. That wouldn't make me happy. That
I,
wouldn't make me happy at all. And
So with
to tell
go
you,
ahead,
you guys
Elise.
asked me about Herbalife. How did it all
yeah,
went from like nothing to what made me start was inspiration. I was
Love that.
very inspired. I was inspired by seeing other people being successful. And I was at a very low point after losing my job, right? I was at that moment where it was either going back to the same thing, getting another job, and going back to the same, circle, and or starting something new that it was scary, that I had no idea what to do, how to do it, or how what I was gonna do it. And I decided to go with what scared me the most, not what made me comfortable.
mm,
I love that. And
yes,
I just want to, one thing that I kind of take from Herbalife, and one thing that I've always said is that you guys build like a sisterhood
Yes.
across the board.
We
And
are
I love that because a lot of
we're
times with women, we have to let go of like our own ego. We have to let go of our own pride, imposter syndrome. You see somebody that's maybe doing better than you, competition. What I love about Herbalife and the Latina women and the men, because I know that there's men too, is that you guys form like this real bond. And you guys are very supportive of each other online. And for me, that's dope. You know what I mean?
yes.
Because you guys are both working towards the same goal and you guys all cheer each other on.
And that's why I
Um,
love this concept of business, because multi-level marketing is you have to build people, and when you build people, you build yourself. So there's
right.
no way that
right.
I would be able to grow if I can't help other people grow. So that's why I love this business, because I'm impacting other people, and because I'm impacting other people, I'm also impacting myself. And that's what
There's a reward there.
that is the reward. I listened to this speaker. His name is Jim Rohn, and he says when you help enough people get what they want, you will end up having what you want.
Wow.
Mm,
That is so,
yeah.
that's such a dope quote because it's so true. It's so true. And when you empower others, people empower you. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
Yep.
When you see people kind of taking risk and maybe you're cheerleading them or you're their coach and you're coaching them and you see those people really make strides, it does something for you. And I think it also does something for the good karma that's coming back to you. And I think that
exactly.
Right.
that's what you're
It's a combination of you pouring onto others and they pouring back to you, and you putting out good energy in the universe, and that what you put out is what you're going to get back in return. And that's the concept of multi-level marketing when it's done correctly. If you are pouring, loving, and building people, they're going to pour, love, and build you. So I
I love
love
that.
that. I love it, and I don't see myself doing anything else. Of course, I don't only want to just do Herbalife, because I have I'm a multi. We're not a tree. We can move. Okay.
Okay.
Let me give you this analogy that I learned from another speaker. His name is Les Brown. And if you hear me talk about these things, it's because I also took on a very serious journey of personal development, which we can talk about.
Yes.
And he says trees are just trees. They get planted, they grow up until whatever they're gonna grow, and they're just trees. They stay in the place that they got planted because that's their nature. They don't have the ability to say, man, this ground is not fertile enough for me to grow more. So I'm just going to move to another ground. They can't do
Right.
that.
No.
Humans can do that. You can live your life a totally different way for the next 5 years, and then you can change that script completely. You can change the script for the next 5 years. And that's what made me understand that if I went back to being an employee, I was gonna live the same life. I was going to be back to a 9 to 5 that I did not want. I didn't like that situation, didn't like the environment, or I take the inspiration, because remember I said that word, inspiration. It starts with inspiration. That's how it starts
Yep.
for everybody.
Right.
You get inspired and you're looking at people and you see like, oh my God, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
You're so
Yes.
I wish. But a lot of people stay in the I wish,
Oh,
and they
that's
don't
so
take
true.
action. They don't take action. So you got to take your inspiration. Okay, cool. Now take some action with that inspiration. Put it into action. Do
Is that
something.
the way you, is that how you started initially? Did you
Yes.
start right off the bat saying, okay, I'm going to coach. I'm not going to just, buy it for myself, see what happens. I'm going to actually start coaching and I'm
Yes.
going to bring people under my belt.
Yeah.
This is
Usually a lot of people try the products first and then they become distributors. In my case, since my sister has signed me up as a distributor already, I was like, I'm just going to do both. And so I
Right.
started my own journey, losing weight and also helping people. And I had not lost not 1 pound. And I had already gotten clients. I went on Facebook, I went on Instagram, I texted people, and I was like, I'm going to start my weight loss journey. Do you want to join me?
Wow.
that's a testament to you, if nothing else,
Yes.
because typically somebody wants to see results before they even think about going down that road. And for
Exactly.
you were able to actually gather a group and start your journey and actually push it forward
Yes.
simply by
Yes.
breathing whatever life it was that you breathed into them at that point to
Yeah.
say,
For sure.
follow me on this journey and we're going to make this happen.
Yeah. Definitely.
Jomayra, I know at least you kind of have went through the line of like and perceiving like your brand, right? At least I know.
Yes.
As far as how do you want people to perceive this brand, whether it be Herbalife or you personally, because you
Yes.
yourself are selling yourself to people.
Yes. So, this is great that you guys asked me this question, because right now I am with the change of moving back to the R, and I have had moments of rediscovering a lot of things in me and learning more about myself, being that I'm alone completely. I ended a relationship of 8 years. My
Wow.
daughter is with her father until I situate myself, and this is like I've poured onto
Wow.
to people for such a long time that I was having conversation with my sister, by the way, and I was having a very low moment because, man, change is hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah,
And this type
I
of change,
understand.
going from the States to the DR, it's been an adjustment and more mental than anything, right? And she was telling me, listen, this is the time that you're going to take and focus on you, pour back onto you.
Facts.
You've been pouring
Yeah.
onto people for 5 years, like pour back onto you. When you're full, you'll be able to pour more onto more people. And so, I've been in that aura of like rediscovering and learning and more. My brand is
That's beautiful.
inspiring people to understand that you can do whatever you want to do, and you don't have to change and be someone else. You do not
I love
have
that.
to you do not have to compare someone else's body to yours, because of course, what
Yeah.
us Latinas, right? What we like the
Yep.
nice curves, the
The
big
Yep.
flat stomach.
That's what's drilled in your head
It's like,
as a Latino
You gotta
woman
be
in general
thick,
by your
but thick
parents.
in all the right places.
Right
yeah, but
places.
donde Dios no puso no puede haber. It's like, if you don't
Yeah.
got it like that, you don't got it like that, but you can work to become your best version.
Yep.
You can be the best body of you, the best version of you.
Yes, girl.
And when you see me posting on Instagram, if I took a picture and there was a chicho that came out, you best believe that if I like the picture, it's gonna get posted. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have a chicho, I
See?
have this, I have a that. Because I already know that I am no longer uncomfortable with myself.
Yes.
I am
I
no
love
longer
that.
there. And that's what I want people to really know, that you can be you, your best version, by being yourself. My Instagram, since the beginning, they always tell you, oh, you have to post like this. Your Instagram grid has to look a certain
The
way.
Right.
way.
You have to like da, da, da. I never listened to any of that. Never listen to any of that.
Kudos to you.
I don't want to chase clout.
Yep.
I don't want to chase clout. I don't want to just get
Yes.
followers.
Yes.
I don't want people to just, I want to attract the right people
People. Yes.
Yes.
who can connect with me. And then when you connect with me, let's see if I can help you. That's what I want.
Mm.
That
Wow.
is, I think honestly, Jomayra, like your journey has just really started. Um, and I can see so much growth for you because the advice that you're giving women is not just about Herbalife and your process, but it's really
Yes.
about like you said, like coaching and self-development.
Yes.
I think that that's what your brand kind of speaks to me. Your brand speaks like women empowerment, owning yourself, being who you are, posting the bad with the good because people need to
Right.
see the bad too. People need
Yes.
to see the chichos. People need to see the dimples.
Part
People
of
need to see
Yep.
all of that.
the journey. It's part of the journey. It's part of the journey. And I've had moments where I'm crying and I'm like in a low point, and I take a picture and I record myself, because I think of of that moment when I'm going to surpass that, and I'm going to be able to talk about it from a inspirational perspective, from a I've moved past that, and now I'm going to be able to impact someone else who's probably going through that situation. And I feel like if I my goal when I go on Instagram is for people to see that. For people to see that, I'm just me. Whatever you see through the screen is what you're gonna see when you meet me in person. Like, is that
Right.
real? Is that real? Like, I am not trying to showcase something just because I want you to join my business or join my products. Like, there's people that I have conversations with on the DMs that have nothing to do with Herbalife. There's people ask me, how did you learn how to change your mindset? I've recommended books to them. I've recommended speakers. I've recommended things that I personally do on a daily basis. And as long as I can share something that has worked for me,
Right.
that's all I want, and that's all I'm looking for.
What do you say to those people? Because I know a lot of the time, as far as MLM marketing goes, as far as coaching in general, I know a lot of the times, as far as from an advertising perspective, a lot of Instagram pages can be a little bit blanket in the sense where they just push constant positivity in the sense where no, you just got to get past those hurdles in your brain. You just got to get this. You got to be at a higher level. You got to,
Yes,
vibrate at a higher frequency.
yes.
Do you feel like you just naturally need to always be higher, or do you need those low moments so that you gain perspective?
When you're in those situations, you are like in this bubble and you can't see past that. So you don't understand how are you going to get out of there. And I'll tell you from a personal experience that I just had a couple weeks ago. My mom was sick, and I've been the only one dealing with that, and I was so stressed, and it was
Mhm.
just like so much. And I was dealing with my mom being sick, then I was dealing with the breakup still kind of like lingering there, my daughter not being with me, and then
Yeah.
now I'm in the DR. Like, it was all these thoughts, like you had everything, you had your car, you had your apartment, you had stability, you had all these things. And I say stability because stability doesn't necessarily make you happy.
Oh, it's
Right.
so true.
Just because you're stable, that doesn't necessarily mean you're happy.
Right.
Right. And so in those moments, when I had a breakdown. I had to call people. I went to church. I prayed, and obviously I was able to get past that. But it is part of the, like, it's important. Now I am able to speak about it. I'm able
Right.
to say, thank God that I had those thoughts, because now I understand that that is just God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, trying to tell you you are meant for more.
Love
Mm.
that.
And I understood that, what I just said. I'm sorry to interrupt you about
No,
stability.
no,
I
you're good.
understood it that in
Yes.
that moment. That's when I got it. I was like, wait a minute. This is why I'm here. I am here because all I've wanted is stability. I wanted to have a stable home. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to have a car. I wanted to have the whole 9 yards. But then when
The
I was,
checklist.
yes, the checklist. And then when I was stable, I wasn't really happy. I wasn't really happy. I wasn't fulfilled. And it was because I didn't have the right, I didn't have the right people around me. I wasn't living in the right place. It was not the environment that I needed to be in so that I could be happy. What makes me happy? What makes me happy is having freedom. I love being free. I love saying, okay, I'm going away for this X amount of time. I'm out. I take my business with me. My business is here and on the
Right.
phone. Take it with me wherever I go. That makes me happy. What makes me happy is, being able to pour onto other people,
Love
to
that.
to showcase everything that I've been able to do to put my life in the position that is in today. And so I wasn't really in that happy moment when I was stable. And that's what that low moment taught me. So those low moments are a lesson, but you have to really try to pay attention.
Because
You
they're
just,
absolutely necessary. I think
yes.
Yes.
that the low moments are necessary to humble you and to let you know that whatever it is that you're working for is worth it.
You
Right.
have
You
to,
know,
but you have to pay attention. Like I said, you have to open your eyes and you have to understand one thing, that's just a moment. Okay. It's a season, it's a chapter, and it's gonna
yes,
pass.
right.
Yep.
And then when you're in that chapter, you have to learn how to pass the pages. Pass the pages. Like,
Mm,
Mhm.
don't stay in that one chapter,
I think that's great
There you
advice.
go.
It
Yep.
is.
because that's when people get stuck. That's when you feel stuck, when you're not willing to let it go. Like, okay, feel it. It's important to feel it. It's important to, you gotta cry. If you gotta have a whole day of being by yourself, do whatever you have to do. Let those feelings be felt, but don't let them control you.
Right.
Right.
I agree. I agree.
So what's next?
What's
What
next?
what should people expect from you?
Well, what you should expect from me is you're gonna see me figuring myself out, because
I love
at this
that.
moment, like I said, I want to do more. I know that I am great at being an Herbalife coach, but I know that I'm also great at doing other things. And so I'm trying to figure out I have other business ideas that I want to explore here in the DR. I'm just like open. I'm open to exploring and to take the knowledge that I've
Mhm.
built in these past 5 years, that Herbalife has opened the opportunity and the doors for me to learn about business, about being disciplined, consistent,
Right.
working on myself, personal development, all of that, and apply it onto a new business. So that's
I
what's
th-
next.
I I honestly think that you're gonna get there in so many ways.
Mhm.
I see great things for you because, and that is reason why I wanted to bring you on Mama's Cocktail Hours,
Yep.
because your brand, your vision is just so much beyond Herbalife. That is
Right.
just one aspect of you, but you have, just like you were speaking about the tree, right? You have so many different branches. There's so many other things to offer, especially women, about like you can be at one place in your life and that's not the end all be all. You can always grow despite
Yep.
age ethnicity or if you have children. Because I think a lot of times we like to kind of go into comfort mode because we are moms. And a lot of times we want to ensure, like you spoke about stability, right? Stability is important, especially when you're a mom. But I see strength in the women like yourself who promote following your dreams, your ambitions. Just because you're a mom or just because you're in your 30s or your 40s or however old you are, you can still embark on the things that make you tick, the things that make you happy. And that's what I really wanted this show to be about. And I think you exhibited that. So Jomayra, from Mama's Cocktail Hour,
Yes.
know that we love you here, girl.
Yes.
It's been so much fun. And honestly, I feel like when you asked me what's next, I was thinking about something that I wanted to share is like, don't be scared to share, even if you failed, or don't be scared of failure. I posted about that because at this moment, at this stage, I'm still trying to figure out if I still want to be here in DR. Like I'm not 100% decided on it. I'm still trying it out.
Right.
I'm still trying to see where this is gonna go. And I'm not scared to say it. I'm not scared to showcase if I end up saying I'm going back to the States. I'm not scared to let people think, oh, she's going back. I'm not scared of that because for me, this was not a failure. It was just a lesson. It was a stepping stone. Something happened in between. Like I rather just be happy than just stay in a situation of like, damn, what if I had ever gone to DR?
The
Like,
what ifs.
Right.
Yep.
like I'd rather do it. And when you do things that are hard and that are gonna teach you something, take you to another level, at the end of the day, you're gonna end up being happier.
I love
Right.
that. Well, guys, if you guys see wise words from a wise woman, Jomayra, Mama's Cocktail Hour, on behalf of all the ladies, because there is four of us, and it's just
Yes.
Elise and I today. But I want to thank you for everything, and just know that you can be a guest on our show anytime. You're always welcome to
Anytime.
come back.
Oh, thank
Can
you
you
so
let us
much.
know, let everybody know where they can find you, where they can follow
Yes.
you, anything
Yes.
that you have upcoming that you want people to know?
Well, you can find me on Instagram is Jomayra's World. And what I have upcoming, I have a transformation challenge that it's gonna help you learn how to have better eating habits. It's gonna teach you routines, because I think that that's probably one of the things that people struggle with the most is learning what to eat, what routine should I follow. We teach you how to exercise for beginners if you want to exercise, which is not a requirement, and you get me as your coach to give you guidance one-on-one, and you also get plugged into our community, which is amazing. We're a big family,
Yes,
and
you guys are.
so you can reach out to me on the DMs, or you can click the link in my bio if you're interested, and I'll help you get started. I'll give you information.
Well, I had an amazing show. I could talk to you for hours because you're
Yes.
just so relatable. You're so true and you're so real. And that's what we love here at Mama's Cocktail Hour. So for everybody, you guys know where you can find her. Nancy actually just threw it in the comments. You
Yes.
can find her at Jomayra's World on Instagram. She is a wellness and business coach. So if you guys are willing to take on to the next level, definitely hit our girl Jomayra up.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Thank
watching.
you.
It's Mama's Cocktail Hour. You can find us on Instagram at Mama CH Network, and then you can follow us all individually. I am Zeta Lisa. You can follow me at Zeta _ Lisa _ Elise.
You can follow me at Mamas MAMAS _ Elise Nicole.
All right, guys.
And we're all there. Follow us. You can follow our girls. More than likely, we'll have everybody's link in our comments as far as following Nancy G, as well as Jazz MH Motivation. And until next time, we thank you so much, Jomayra.
Thank you, Jomayra. We had an amazing time. All right, ladies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.